Let's talk boundaries and use Ace and Amaya's argument in Love Island as an example. Think of boundaries like invisible fences around your emotional yard. They're supposed to protect your time, your peace, and energy. They show people what's okay and what's not okay, and basically how to be treated. There are three different styles of boundaries: porous, rigid, and healthy. Funny enough, we all have a combination of these boundaries according to the person or the situation. Now, porous boundaries. Think of it like a fence that is broken down. It looks like enmeshment, where the line between you and the other person is always blurry. If Ace had porous boundaries, here's what it might look like. Amaya raises her voice. Ace instantly apologizes for everything, even things that aren't his fault. He might say, "You're right, it's all on me," just to avoid conflict. Clinically, this shows up as people-pleasing, over-disclosure, and difficulty saying no. It ties to the anxious attachment. Fear of rejection makes him minimize himself to keep the relationship. The actions of someone with rigid boundaries may seem almost opposite to that of someone with porous boundaries. They have an over-controlled defense mechanism and keep people at a distance for protection and stability, but it comes at the cost of new experiences and intimacy with others. Think of their walls as being really high and having no gate. It's pretty hard to get in. If Ace had rigid boundaries in that scenario, the same argument would look very different. Instead of engaging, he shuts down. "Whatever. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to talk about this." He withdraws, maybe even walks out, cutting the conversation short. Clinically, this is what we call stonewalling, avoidance and hyper-independence. This often leads to the avoidant attachment. People with healthy boundaries have a well-kept fence with a gate. They let love in, but not chaos. If Ace had healthy boundaries in this scenario, it changes again. He'd acknowledge Amaya's feelings, but also state his limit. "I want to understand what you're saying, but I can't continue if I'm being yelled at. Let's pause and talk when we're calmer." Clinically, that's assertive communication, self-regulation, and secure relating. He stays connected without losing himself. He takes responsibility for his role, but doesn't carry all the blame. This is tied to secure attachment, where you can set limits without fear of abandonment and connect without losing yourself. Boundaries aren't about control or shutting people out. They're about self-regulation and teaching others how to engage with us in a healthy way. When we shift from porous or rigid to healthy, we move closer to secure attachment and healthier relationships. So here's my question. In conflict, do you find yourself blurring your needs, building walls, or opening that balanced gate?